A week of relaxation and enjoying the warm weather on the beautiful island of Cuba was over, and it was sadly time to head home. But just like my flight down to Cuba, my return flight to Toronto with Sunwing was delayed. So, it was with some trepidation that we boarded the bus for the 2-hour trip from the resort to Holguin's airport, hoping the plane would be there when we arrived.
Are you sure you got your passport and those things? Nothing left right there where you were? Up and open when we are on vacation? My name is Noel and I will be a tour guide coming with you to the airport. So, another 2 hours the way back. So, Mr. Jose will drive for us. He will do the best. He will do the best today.
If it's your first time here, welcome to the channel. I do airline trip reports and travel vlogs, so if you're passionate about the thrill of takeoffs, the joy of landing in new destinations, and the magic of in-flight experiences, you're in the right place. So fasten your seatbelts, hit subscribe, and let's take off together on this Sunwing leisure airline experience. When you arrive at the Frank Pius Airport in Holguin, you walk into an octagonal building which houses the main check-in area. It's a pretty basic structure with just a small snack bar and washrooms in addition to the check-in counters. Once through security, we're now in the gate area of the terminal, which is another octagonal building. Let's take a look around and see what they have. There's a number of stores selling souvenirs, alcohol, and coffee, but I was quite surprised there was no place to buy those famous Cuban cigars. A huge miss on that one in my opinion. The prices were mostly in US dollars and quite expensive for what you're getting, to be honest. There's also an upper level, so obviously I was curious and headed upstairs. As I reached the top of the stairs, you can see in front of me the Palmeras Lounge, which boasts a decent list of food and beverage items, and there's a little note saying it's free to enter, but I didn't go in. Next, a very lonely snack bar with just a couple of items on the menu, a smoking lounge, a small seating area with windows overlooking the apron. Unfortunately, it was pitch black outside, so nothing really to see. And finally, there's some entertainment items like air hockey, a foosball table, and a simulation game. As I headed back downstairs, there was a buzz in the gate area, as our flight had just landed. Thank goodness, it wasn't going to be the 6+ hour delay I experienced a week ago. Soon, our aircraft was ready for boarding, and we made our way outside onto the apron for boarding. Sunwing is one of two major leisure airlines in Canada, the other being Air Transat. And Sunwing operates only Boeing 737 aircraft, and our bird for the flight home today is this 10-year-old 737-8 version, registered as C-FFPH. I am seated near the front of the aircraft tonight in seat 5A, which provides a nice view of the engine and wing, although the windows were completely fogged up as we boarded. And since I can't show you the engine, let's take a look at the all-economy cabin. Sunwing's Boeing 37s have 189 seats in total. 177 of the seats have a very tight pitch for me, which is only 29 inches. But there's also 12 seats dubbed Elite, which can be purchased for an additional fee, that have a whopping 39 inches of pitch. In addition to the tight legroom, the cabin is pretty basic, with just a simple tray table, reading lights, and the most welcome individual air vents. Once all the vacationers who were sad that we were heading back to the Canadian winter were aboard, the doors closed and we pushed back and made our way to runway 5 for departure. Enjoy the takeoff. We quickly powered out over the city of Holguin and made a left turn to the northwest. Time to take a short nap. I woke to the announcements on the public address system advising we were landing soon in Toronto. It was a winter wonderland in the Toronto area as we broke through the clouds and lined up runway 5 for landing. Enjoy the landing. Surprisingly, I was able to sleep during the 3-hour and 34-minute flight, so I guess the seat pitch wasn't too bad in retrospect. We landed at the infield terminal and boarded buses that took us to Terminal 3 for Customs and Immigration. The terminal was pretty empty, so there was hardly any wait for our luggage. All in all, a successful trip, and despite the delays experienced with Sunwing, both going and returning, I wouldn't mind traveling with them again. Thank you for joining me on this low-cost experience trip report, and if you've made it to the end, please don't leave before subscribing, hitting the like and bell icon for more travel reviews. Safe travel everyone, and I'll see you on the next video.